God-level duplication system. Chapter 14. Summon you to meet me. Miss, uncle, you are here, master is waiting for you inside. An old man in gray clothes with a kind face, the old butler, came over and bowed. Uncle Joe, what are you talking about? Lin Xian couldn't help but blushed and said softly. Let's go. Uncle Joe smiled, knowing Mrs. Shy character, he didn't say anything more. Then lead the way in front. After a while, the old housekeeper brought Lin Xuan and Lin Xian to a wide hall and then retreated. In the hall, sat a middle-aged man, dressed in white with a handsome face who was somewhat similar to Lin Xian. Although it does not exude any power, it is like a sleeping lion, containing terrifying power. Lin Xian also let go of Lin Xuan's arm, walked to the side of the middle-aged man in white, and said softly, Daddy, brother Lin Xuan is here. The middle-aged man in white showed a smile on his face, pampering Lin Xian's little head. At this moment, Lin Xuan didn't understand the identity of this middle-aged man in white. Disciple Lin Xuan, I have met the third elder. Immediately, Lin Xuan hurriedly bowed to salute. Sit down. Lin Qishuan's voice came. Lin Xuan also stood up involuntarily, as if possessing an invisible force. In an instant, Lin Xuan's heart trembled. It seems that the strength of the third elder may be stronger than he imagined. Immediately, Lin Xuan walked to a chair beside him and sat down. He looked at Lin Qishuan. Lin Qishuan's face was as tough as a knife and an axe, and he could be said to be a woman killer. However, what really caught Lin Xuan's attention was Lin Qishuan's attribute panel. Swish! Name, Lin Qishuan. Cultivation base, the second floor of the condensation realm. Talent, top-grade cultivation talent, mid-grade strength talent, low-grade speed talent, low-grade sharp metal talent, low-grade scarlet fire attribute talent, and low-grade blade talent. Martial arts, Jin Yanju, 5th level middle grade, small success, Xian Saber, 5th level middle grade, small success, splitting gold fist, 5th level low grade, great success, Kuya Ju, 5th level middle grade, Xiaoqing, Diao and Du, 5th level inferior, Dachin. Treasures, none. Looking at Lin Qishuan's attribute panel in the void in front of him, Lin Xuan's heart was shocked. Isn't it always rumored that Lin Qishuan is at the peak of the Qi transformation realm? But now it's actually the second floor of the condensation realm. The realm of martial arts he knows is divided into 9 levels of body refining, enlightenment state, Qi gathering state, Qi transformation state, condensation state, and spirit opening state. The condensation realm is a stronger realm above the Qi transformation realm. Lin Xuan also didn't expect that Lin Qishuan would break through to the condensation realm, or the second floor of the condensation realm, without making a sound. Apparently it's not a breakthrough, but it's been a while. As early as when Lin Qishuan was still at the peak of the Qi transformation realm, he was the #1 strongest in Qingya City, unrivaled. If the news of his breaking through the condensation realm spreads out, I am afraid that the top leaders of the other 3 major forces will be scared to death, right? At this level, they don't even have to think about fighting. The 2 sides are not at the same level anymore. However, these have nothing to do with Lin Xuan. After Lin Xuan's heart shook for a moment, it turned into great joy. As expected of being the strongest in Qingya City, this attribute panel is really rich enough. With so many treasures, the grade is not low. Far from Lin Qixing, the great elders and other high-ranking members of the Lin family are comparable. These, Lin Xuan naturally did not let go of the truth. With a thought, ding, consume 10,000 energy points, copy successfully, and get extreme cultivation talent. Ding, consume 10,000 energy points, copy successfully, and get Xiaoqing Hua Hu 5th level middle grade, martial arts Xian Saber technique. In the blink of an eye, all the treasures Lin Qishuan and Lin Xuan admired were copied. The price is that the energy points accumulated these days are exhausted, leaving only 10,000 points. However, to be able to harvest so many treasures, this little price is nothing. And all of this just happened between breaths, and no one on the field noticed anything unusual. At this time, Lin Qishuan's voice came. Lin Xuan also regained his senses. The foundation is good, and he is worthy of the position of chief disciple. Lin Qishuan smiled lightly. With his eyesight, he could see that Lin Xuan's foundation was far stronger than that of Lin Yun and other disciples of the Lin family. It is estimated that no one in Qingya City can compare. In this way, he can rest assured. Thank you, third elder, for your praise. Lin Xuan replied. This kind of talent is worthy of Yunar. Lin Kishuan continued. Daddy, how can you do this? Lin Xian next to her turned red when she heard the words, and she looked good in an instant. Although the relationship between the two has long been clear. But what her father said made her a little shy. Third elder, don't worry, Lin Xuan will treat Yunar well and never let her down. Lin Xuan promised solemnly. Immediately, Lin Xian's gaze softened and fell on Lin Xuan's handsome face, unable to move away. Lin Kishuan nodded and looked at Lin Xian again. Looking at her daughter's posture, she could only sigh secretly. Then ask again. Half a month later, the four major powers will compete and the Liuyan sect will come to recruit disciples. Are you sure? The disciple is sure. Lin Xuan replied in a deep voice, full of confidence. The Liuyan sect is one of the four major sects of the Kangyuan kingdom, and its power is not far behind that of the Kangyuan royal family. And Qingya City is within the jurisdiction of Liuyanzong. Every 3 years, Liuyanzong will send people to recruit star disciples. The great competition of the four great influences was held for this purpose. At that time, the four major forces and the younger generation of disciples will compete with each other to determine the top 10. They will also get places to go to Liuyanzong. Lin Xuan already understood these things. Similarly, he is absolutely sure of this. Not to mention how much his strength will improve in half a month. Even now, they can get a top 10 spot. Lin Kishuan smiled and was even more satisfied. Then after asking casually for a while, Lin Xuan and Lin Xian were asked to leave. After Lin Xuan and the two left, what they didn't know was that the smile on Lin Kishuan's face disappeared instantly. Instead, there was a calm and melancholy. It finally turned into a sigh. It seems to have endless nostalgia and reluctance. After leaving the third elder's house, Lin Xuan and Lin Xian left the Lin family and continued to wander around in Qingya City. Even though Qingya City is just a small city in Kangyuan Kingdom, in fact, it is no worse than a prefecture-level city in the previous life. There are also many strange landscapes. Could it be that two body refinement realm warriors could finish shopping in a short period of time? The two of them have been playing around for so many days, and there is no repetition, which is quite refreshing. Time is like water, passing unconsciously. In the following days, Lin Xuan returned to the previous mode. Most of the time during the day, I accompanied Lin Xian to wander around. At night, it is used for retreat and practice. As the chief disciple, the monthly supply of resources is comparable to that of an elder, plus the pills and elixir that he originally copied. And his talent that is enough to surpass Qingya City. Even if only a small half of the time can be used for cultivation every day, it is still a long way.